All right, it's time for Teeing Off, brought to you by TaylorMade Golf's new Stealth Irons, the ultimate in forgiveness and distance that you can expect. Better shots more often. Let's get the Stealth driver out. Hoops, who are we teeing off on today?
Well, BA, we've just given the match review committee a serve for the way that they handled the suspension with Brent Naden. What are they thinking in relation to this bloke, Felise Kaufusi? Now, since day dot in rugby league, back rowers have been running at halfbacks with their bumpers up the way that Felise has there. But where he has gone on with it too much, and he should have incurred much more than an $1,800 fine, is the elbow into the head as it goes to the ground. What happened to contact with the head being immediate sin bin? Those days are long gone. That crackdown from Magic Round back last year, forget about it. Like, throw it out the window.
I think he's been charged.
I know he's going to fight.
He's been charged on reputation. That doesn't even want to charge for me.
Mate,
that was anyone else.
You and Buzz
that was anyone else. He would not be charged.
Cheerleaders.
He would
You're
not be
the
charged.
Storm Chief cheerleader. It's
I didn't warrant to charge. That did not warrant a charge for me.
You've got no idea. That is
Clearly, I
as
do have an
deliberate
idea.
as it comes. The fact that
Well, he didn't drop his phone.
It's not a whole lot.
It's way different to that.
Oh,
it's
come on,
way different to that. Oh, please.
Reedy, let me ask you this, right? So, right when he goes down on top of Walker, right at the last minute, you see him extend the arm, right? To keep it on the head. He extends the arm.
But his arm's already
Watch
on
his right arm. He extends the arm. So it's not about breaking the fall, it's about keeping it on his head. Watch the right arm. He keeps it on his head. He keeps it on his head. There you go.
Nothing.
That's the dangerous contact.
Nah, I disagree. I don't think he deserves to charge for that. Did you see charged on his reputation?
Did you see Dallin Watini-Zelezniak score on the weekend?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think of it?
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
And we all sit there and marvel at the ability of wingers to do all these acrobatics in the air and the precision and the athleticism that they got.
Right.
Why is that an accident then? Why is he not able to get his elbow off his head?
I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh, come on. Not that bad.
No.
Oh, come on, mate.
So you think he's going to get off, Reedy?
I think he'll get off.
What do you two think? I know what you
Mate, I think you're nuts.
Well, I'm sitting in for Buzz, mate. This seat on Monday night is a bit nutty.
It's something about that chair. Look, honestly,
I thought it was fine.
That is unacceptable. You're going to hold up Sam Walker as the future of the game, one of the bright sparks we've got there.
Sam Walker was fine. Fine. He came back on and finished the game.
He had to go off as a result, though.
He went off bleeding.
So every player gets cut. We're claiming
wasn't a
from
cut, it
foul
was
play.
It was a little bit more than a paper
face.
cut.
It wasn't
Please.
a cut. Oh, come on, mate. Watch the game.
What's the game?
So does that come into play?
This is what has this got to do with it? What you know?
The last
what he's done.
Because you're
previously.
saying he's been charged on reputation. I disagree entirely. He's been charged because he's collected a halfback in the melon with his elbow as he goes down to the ground and goes on with it.
You think he's been charged because of the last time?
And the time before that, probably, yeah.
Yeah,
I think his reputation has hurt him.
I'll tell you where
his reputation's hurt him.
I'll tell you where his reputation's done him a favour, right? Because they wiped the slate clean at the beginning of the year. Imagine if they still had that loading system and carryovers and all of that.
Well, how's that done him a favour?
If that system was still in place.
How's that done him a favour?
Because he's only
wouldn't be charged for his reputation.
He doesn't look too good there, mate.
Oh, mate, he's got a little hurt, busted nose. He's fine. He finished the game. Fair dinkum.
Mate, you're on the Storm payroll. Chief cheerleader. You're a boss.
What's the Storm mascot's name? The one who
Storm Man.
That's you. Storm Man, running on the sideline.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, roll it out. Come on. Mate, honestly, that happens in the game. Jerry Hargraves runs with his bumpers up all the time.
Absolutely he does. But if he gets a halfback in the melon,
so when he falls on him, he's supposed to pull his arm back, tuck it back into his chest.
That's generally how you fall anyway. You don't extend out there because that's when you. That's when you actually start that. No, you keep
yourself.
No, you don't.
This is like check and release. This is a beauty. Let's move on to Keary. Unfortunately, he copped a head knock, Luke, and it didn't look too bad, but obviously it was. Any concerns here for Luke and the rest of the season?
The problem with concussions, Braith, as we see often in boxing. You talk to boxers now, they'll tell you once you've had the first knockout, the next one comes easier. I don't know what it does in the brain. No one can, all the stuff I've read about concussion syndrome and all that. There's no definitive guide. The science is still very young. But in boxing, they've been saying since day one that after the first knockout, the second one comes much easier. And this is what's happening now to poor old Luke Keary. Like, he's concussion, that seemed fairly innocuous compared to a lot that we've seen, yet it's come a lot easier and it hit him in the bad spot there, but it's come a lot easier than previous ones. And the fact is, it was serious.
You can see the distress on his face too as he made his way off the field. You could see how worried he was about it. And I think everyone at that club will be worried about it now.
Well,
as they've shown in the past,
He's definitely concerned about it. Have you heard anything?
Boyd Cordner went down the same
Exactly.
road. Look down, Luke Keary looks down and the
Jake as well.
footprints in front of him.
They've lived it before, the Roosters.
they have. And there's no better club, I think,
That's right.
to be able to handle Luke Keary through this situation. I mean, they hadn't, obviously Luke's been through it in the past with this club. They kept him out for a long time last time it happened. I think he's in the right hands because I think Trent's shown that he's in this area.
Well, the knee injury last year would have helped him because it would have given him a lot of time for his brain to rest, okay? But that's why this is a concern, because it was innocuous in comparison to a lot of what we've seen.